Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to another second part, the part 2 of my Alien Stage music video reaction series. I am going to be checking out, last time I finished on round 3, so round 4, unless there's going to be like another break episode, because I know there are 12 parts, and I think I calculated that there would be 8 rounds based on the bracketing, but that's not important. What's important is that we're going to be checking out 4 more of them today, and this will be my part 2. I explained in the previous video at the beginning why I'm making this a 3-part series, and it's because I go in depth way too much. I talk too much, and I end up leaving myself with a sore throat, and yeah, that's kind of the only reason I'm putting this into 3 videos. I hope that that's not too annoying. I hope it's not frustrating for anyone that is watching this after all 3 videos have been uploaded. That shouldn't be much of an issue, right? I'll just have links to the next parts in the description and everything, and you guys can go watch them there. So my plan for these, I never explained that in the intro, is to record all 3 parts before I upload the first part, if that makes sense, because I'm not saying that you guys would, but I don't want to risk running into spoilers in comments. So for me, I would like to be fully finished with Alien Stage before I upload that first video. I just want to share that you guys can talk about whatever you like in the comments, because I am finished at this point, and I would love to start conversations. I would love to hear theories. I would love to just have that conversation kind of aspect around this, because I'm sure I'm going to have a lot of questions when I finish this series, and I'm sure I'm going to have a lot that I want to talk about. So yeah, we're going to check this one out today. I am so excited to see what we get in this one, because we finished in such a strong way in the first one. I feel really weird saying that, because this is a rather grim series, you know, the potential to be really grim, especially like the only part that we've had, the only round we've had so far where it's kind of been a toss-up as to who's going to win was the first round. Of course, everything since has been very much one-sided in the stage aspect, like the singing. So once it starts getting to the 1v1s of people that we've spent time with, it's going to get very difficult, and I'm not looking forward to that part of it. But I'm really itching to get back into this world, because this has been phenomenal so far. Vivinos is such an incredibly well-talented artist that I just need to consume so much more of this. And the artists that have been attached, like singing and everything, even instrumentation, have been so good that they brought a new breath and different flares to every aspect. Like, there's just been so much variety within this that I'm very excited to see what we get next, but I'm also dreading it. So yeah, we're just going to check out the next 4 parts of Alien Stage. If you guys do enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe if you have not done so already, and leave a comment down below letting me know your favorite part of these 4, which of these rounds has been your favorite, or maybe a part that isn't a round. And yeah, if you guys want to show even more support, you can hit the notification bell down below. You'll be notified when the 3rd and final part of this goes live, because all great things come in trilogies, right? And yeah, share this with someone or a friend, whoever it happens to be, that you know enjoys Alien Stage, even just reaction content for Alien Stage. And yeah, that would mean a lot to me. So we're going to check this one out. Alien Stage rounds, I don't know, 4 to 7 potentially, who knows. Let's go. Alright, it's been about a week almost since I watched the first 4 videos. I wasn't anticipating not recording for such a long time. I ended up just not having the time. I'm very anxiously excited to get back into this realm and this world of Alien Stage, so here we go. Okay, blood? Is that a bathtub? Oh jeez, okay, that's grim. That is a terrible way to start. Oh, is this the curly? Yeah. We skipped a round? Did we skip a round? Pink hair girl versus... Oh shit. Oh, so did someone give up their... Shit, like, so someone literally took their own life and now he's progressed to the next round? That was cute. Why are the subtitles not on? Damn, he's singing to her, like, specifically about her. Oh, there she is. Oh. Is she blushing? She is not performing well this time around at all. He's in control. Ruler of my heart, as she's thinking about the other girl. What was with the blue on his fingertips? He's got it all. Wow. Look at him controlling the crowd. He is completely in control here. This is really sad, actually. She needs to step up. Shit. Is she going? Three sets of eyes. Is that supposed to represent the other girl too, or? Shit. That's not part of the game. Jeez. What are they gonna do? This is surely against the rules of the competition. Damn. She knows. That's so sad. We started with her. Yeah. I'm sure he is in absolute distraught right now. Jeez, that was intense. And he's all beat up over that match. That matchup, rather. She wasn't killed? Was she not? What was that about? Error? Mizi missing? Did someone come in and take her out of there before she could be killed? That was a real head scratcher right there. Let me see the face of whoever that was that pulled her out of there again. Ah, I see. Okay. Sorry, I'm just going back and looking. So they were about to kill her. I assumed that they had killed her. But it looks like at the end you can see this fight has broken out. There are masked individuals. I don't know if I'd say masked individuals. You know, they've just got like hoods up and everything. They're very heavily clothed and they've got weapons. You see some of them have guns and stuff. It looks to be some sort of resistance force resisting against this oppression that the humans are under because of the aliens. And yeah, they show up and seemingly save her before she is killed. So that gives me hope that not everyone that we meet here and love within the series will die. I'm sure you could tell from my reaction, I was really genuinely upset that I thought she was going to die here. She was suffering like a traumatic PTSD-esque sort of experience throughout this entire competition of this specific part against this guy right here. Let me see if it shows his name at the end, does it? It doesn't show his name. We don't learn his name here. Unless it's Mizi, because it flashes up Mizi. But then I don't know her name either. Like I feel like that's the one name I didn't read or I didn't notice pop up in the first video. Let me just spitball here. I was confused at the end because I didn't realize what had happened with the resistance force showing up. Well, I'm guessing it's a resistance force. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe this is something else entirely. Like maybe there are people from Earth who escaped from Earth before the aliens showed up, and they're simply going and trying to free all these people. Like maybe that's the case, and it's not like a force within the colony or settlement, whatever happens to be, where the aliens are in control here that we see within the series. Maybe that's not the case. Maybe it is just a separate force of humans that are coming here. But the way the character that was dragging pink haired girl away looked back at curly haired boy, I really think that they might know each other. I feel like there's something there between those two, because that looked kind of like a personal acknowledgement opposed to anything else. So the best part about this is obviously learning that pink hair girl did not die here, because I was really rooting for her. I don't know if it's fair to be so attached to the first character you meet, but that's kind of how it feels, you know, like she's our introduction to alien stage. So to see her perform in such a poor way, I don't know if that's fair to say, because obviously I've explained, I understand the situation. I understand she was experiencing some sort of traumatic experience within this. She was seeing the other girl who was brutally killed in front of her the entire time, her friend, her best friend, maybe her only friend really. She was going through a lot, and she did not perform at her best. And so I really thought that was it for her, and it really tore me up. It really broke me up inside. But thankfully we're getting lore, and that lore is pointing towards a force fighting against these aliens in an attempt to free the humans. So we're hopefully going to see more of that as it plays out. If we go back to the beginning of this, we learn that seemingly the curly hair boy got a pass into this round, because he seemingly didn't have to compete in the previous round because his competitor took their own life in what looked to be a bathtub. I don't know if that was out of love for the curly haired boy that they did this, because curly haired boy does kiss that person's hand, and it did look like they were somewhat mourning their passing, or like upset about their passing. But yeah, the curly haired boy anyway, he looks to have been entered into this round, which, by the way, this was called round 5. I never even pointed that out sooner. This was round 5. The title of this video, I never noticed until now. I just looked at it, because we skipped 4, and we skipped 4 because of someone's unfortunate taking of their own life. And now that there's some sort of resistance force introduced to this, it makes me wonder if curly haired boy is kind of seen as their person. He's the person that they're pushing, and he has to compete and do well in order for them to learn, in order for them to be able to infiltrate and save more people, or something like that. I'm not sure. But I feel like curly haired boy might be a bigger part of this, because we did see at the end of round 3, when it teased him, he was playing with a Rubik's Cube, a puzzle. And so he's seemingly the solution, or the one solving this puzzle. He is a bigger part of everything, the deeper layers that are happening behind the scenes that we're not aware of here. Something I also want to point out here, and I'll probably throw a screenshot up here on screen, it looks like when the 1-to-1 face-off begins, it looks like pink hair girl, like we see her from behind, it looks like in front of her is this huge ass skull with like maybe this skeleton tail thing wrapped around it, or wrapped above it, wrapped over. That's crazy. I need to see that when it's not blurred. And throughout this entire face-off, it is so abundantly clear that the pink hair girl, she's not aware, she's not present during all of this. She is just broken. She is staring down, she's not focused, she's not paying attention, and she's simply thinking about her dead friend. She has never got over that. Obviously she never got over it. She still has that vividly in her mind. She can't think of anything else but her dead friend, and that is very clear in the way she holds herself and the way she performs during this entire song here. The curly hair boy is very interesting to me, because in the person versus person thing, the images that it showed, you know, pink hair girl versus curly hair boy, he looked very sad and upset, potentially depressed, I don't know. But even within his performance, he's very flamboyant, charismatic, and he really gets into it. But a lot of shots do show sadness in his eyes. and his eyes do appear to be heavy, and it does make you question and wonder, is this all an act? Is he putting on a front in order to succeed and to go forward? Because he doesn't seem to be someone who is doing this for himself. I don't know what it is about him. He just doesn't give me that vibe. And all of this yet again goes to Vivinose's attention to detail. Vivinose has done an incredible job here of presenting these characters and making it so clear who they are, what their deal is, and their expressions, everything that they do, the way they hold themselves is phenomenal. I can understand these characters just like that. It's so well done. But yeah, this curly haired guy, he is a performer. And he's really, really fun to see on screen, though. I shudder to think about what will happen if he faces off against one of the other characters that I've grown to know and love, particularly one of the guys that we saw in the last video. And yeah, the song that they're singing here, it's very clear that this song almost seems to be intentionally triggering pink hair girl. Don't know if that's literally the case, but the lyrics and the words tell you a story. And the lyrics are simply about you cannot outrun the light, you even outshine the like the stars, something like that. And then a lot of the song is ruler of my heart, ruler of my heart. And yeah, as I'm clicking through this, I'm seeing that the entire time his fingertips are purple, like a purple blue, and I don't know what that means, because isn't that normally like either poor circulation or that you're literally dying, like because your like extremities, I don't know what you call them, like where like your toes, your fingers, anything where like heat escapes, aren't those normally like a huge indicator that something ain't right if they start going blue? I don't know really what else that could mean, but it's really, really strange seeing that the entire way through here. And yeah, it really does seem like this song has been created and conjured up, concocted in order to have her lash out and have her react the way she potentially did at the end of this. And so now I'm wondering who decides the song they sing. Do they decide that together? Is it collaborative effort, or do the aliens decide that? What is the case here that made them sing this song? Like, what was the choice? What was the reasoning for that? Because very clearly it really set her off in a bad way, because yeah, as she starts to see the dead friend that she had that died in the first round, and yeah, it's just really, really worrying to see her hallucinate and see all this in these moments, because we're kind of rooting for her and hoping for her to do well, because she's a character we already knew, facing off against this new guy who was a character we had not been introduced to yet. So obviously there's going to be a bias from the viewer to want to see her do well competing against him, I would say anyway, because like I said, we know her, we don't know him. There's a really cool shot that I'm going to throw up here where she is singing while sitting down and he is circling around her. Very shark-like, very Predator-esque, but also to kind of match the lyrics, talking about how she is everything, she's the world, she's all of this. It's like he's orbiting around her, but at the same time, his shape kind of gives off that of a crescent moon, and she looks almost like a sun. So she is burning bright, and he is like the complete opposite, the reverse, the flip side of that with the moon. So they couldn't be any more different from one another. And yeah, Pink Hair Girl is flipping out. She is seeing her friend, her recently deceased friend everywhere, and she is losing it. She's trying to sing along, but she's not feeling it. She's not in the moment, and she is not present for this. And that's when, of course, the other guy takes advantage of this. He preys on her feelings and how she's feeling and everything. He really does take control. He is someone who reads the room, reads the situation, and takes advantage of it, because she is feeling a certain way. She's got bug eyes, and he leans in, grabs her face and everything, and gets up close. Like, it's very much trying to get a reaction from her. That's how it looks anyway. And her face goes bright red. Her face goes bright red, and she is just staring wild crazy as he pulls her in to dance. And as they're dancing, she smacks him, but he plays it off really quick and grabs her to dance again. So I don't know if this was in his way, like in his own way, a way to save her, because he knew that she would be taken out the back and killed basically for acting up in such a way. But obviously by the end of this, things go very south and she does just lash out like a wild animal. And all the imagery within this indicate that he is in control. She is sitting down looking away, he is standing up. There are different layers, different tiers at times of like the building for the stage, I guess, and he is always higher up than she is. He is the one that is in the prime position. He is in a better spot. She is nothing compared to what he is, and that's very, very clear here. And throughout this entire song, over the course of this, we see the pink hair girl basically just seeing all the trauma of seeing her best friend killed. And yeah, there's some really truly terrifying and just haunting shots within all of this, to the point where she is seeing red and she's seeing flashes of this other curly hair guy in front of her, and it's done in such a chaotic and cool way to show the point she snaps. She flips out because of everything. She is seeing all this. The song is ringing true, the ruler of her heart and everything. She's thinking about her friend, and suddenly then she reaches out and starts choking him. And it's done in such a way that he doesn't have time to react. He doesn't have time to play it off or anything. He is just as shocked as she is in this moment. And yeah, it takes for others to come in and drag her off him for him to be okay. She starts beating him really badly. She is smashing down on his face. He is beaten up, he is bruised, he is bloody, he has a black eye and everything, and she does not hold back here whatsoever. And yeah, this is the part where he loses control and she is over him, and it's only through pure violence that she is able to overcome him, I guess. And yeah, that's the point where I thought she was going to die, and I've already talked about the rest, I guess. But we see some of the other characters watching. We see this little boy, I think, that we had never seen before in the audience. I thought that in the audience it was all just aliens. And we also get to see, I think it's Till, his name was, the grey-haired guy, the one with, like, he's always tied up and everything, and he's got an obsession with the pink hair girl because he cannot believe she's about to be killed here. He's been doing all of this so that she can be protected, safe, so that he can do something for her, is how it seems anyway. And yeah, that's then how this ends with curly haired guy progressing to the next round. Maybe it doesn't actually show him progressing, but that's how it would seem anyway. So that's 2 rounds in a row that he has not had to indefinitely win a battle, a round, a fight, because in the first round it seemed as though his competitor took their own life, and this one she flipped out on him. So either he is playing with the resistance in order to, you know, save these people or something, I don't know, or he is taking these people's weaknesses and using them against him for his own good, for his own need. So he's either a good guy or a very selfish mastermind that we need to keep an eye on. So yeah, that was crazy, and I think I'm ready to check out the next one. Let's see what we get. Here we go. This Peanut, you see him? He's so cute. the blur unblurred on him for like a second there. But yeah, we're going to check out the second one here. I don't know if I want to read these titles before, because I don't know. We'll just see what we get in this one. Here we go. Warning, blood death flashlight. Okay. Go off. Money cash prize. A throne at the top. And there's the microphone, of course. Who's grabbing it? It's time to showcase the new possibilities of pet humans. Guardian Urak? Their cries shall bring on the new age. Wang's Feishin? This is happening too fast. Oh shit. We're getting lower? Star is born? Oh, Ivan is the #1 popular. Okay. From Anact Garden? Wow, look at Ivan. He's got it all. He's got the look. All eyes are on the rookie. Fastest selling album #1. Let's go, Till. Hell yeah. I think he might be my favorite. I love his personality and attitude. You you can't tie him up forever. And this is blonde hair girl, winner of Alien Stage. What? Ruler of the stage? Is Endless Glory Days? The Luca Syndrome. Is his name Luca? Who's this girl? Oh shit. Oh. Yep, we're seeing the brutality of the whole thing now. Jeez. Yep. All the competitors. Now we're left to... Okay, we haven't seen that girl yet. When do we get to see her? Shit. Yeah, that was intense. Blood, death, and flashlight is kind of crazy. So yeah, ending on the pink hair girl with sweat dripping down her face and everything was really intense, because now you're left questioning, what's her role in the future of this series, in the future of this, web series, internet series, YouTube series? But yeah, I guess this kind of answers some of the questions I had. I was questioning what the point in this was, if it was for freedom, if they're being forced to compete in this, what the case happens to be. And it seems to be that, yes, they seemingly are somewhat forced into this, but the prize looks to be that of money. Like it doesn't seem to be like a freedom thing. It's like you get money, you get the title, you get the crown, you get the throne. And Luca has already won this competition, so he knows this thing inside and out already. So he knows how to play the system, he knows how to win, and so he is the biggest threat in this whole thing, probably. Although in saying that, there are the title of this video was top 3, so the top 3 seemingly are the boys. You got Luca, you got Ivan, and you've got Till. And I think those are also like the last 3 in the competition, right? But there's this other girl that we've seen that is not part of this. So unless there's like a champion of champions thing or something, or a separate competition happening outside of this, maybe there's another bracket and then the winner of this bracket will face the winner of that bracket or something like that. I don't know. But there seems to be that we have more characters to meet yet, or some of these other characters are characters from the past. And the best way to learn about the past might be through Luca, who has competed in this competition before. He won Alien Stage number 41, I think they said. 49. Winner of Alien Stage season 49. So we're given names of some of these individuals that are part of the alien kind of force, and we learn about the name of Guardian Urak, who says it's time to showcase the new possibilities of pet humans. So saying pet humans makes me question if all humans are pets to them, or if there is like a subsection of humanity that are basically domesticated and raised as pets. And that kind of explains what I saw and some of the questions I had in the previous video that I uploaded with, I think it was Ivan, who seemed to be raised in a much better way than someone like Till. Ivan was fed very well and was seemingly given some extra bonus, like good, I don't know, like they were not given the same treatment as some of the other characters. So that's why I was questioning if there was some sort of ownership, like a slavery thing, or as they say here, pets. They're seen as pets, which is really cruel. It's dehumanizing the human race, of course. Another name we learn is Wang Spaiken. I don't know how you pronounce that. Their cries shall bring on the new age. So they're doing this for entertainment, and that's the call of cries. They are forcing them into these situations. They are relishing in the cries in order to be entertained. And then we get a news thing. This is something I didn't have time to read. A news broadcast where aliens are debating whether the popularity and rise of pet humans is okay. You know, that it's very much like what we would see in the news of like two people debating against each other. The popularity of pet humans is soaring, but is this really okay? And I don't know what way they fall in this argument. This thing anyway. And then there's a mention of human terrorists emerging. So I was calling them a resistance force, but here within this world, and I guess the propaganda of the aliens and everything, they're calling them terrorists, which would make sense. They're coming in and disrupting their peace. They're disrupting everything that they know and what they want. So yeah, they're going to call them terrorists, I'm sure. And I'm seeing here as well, I paused on a shot where we see Ivan, the two girls that competed in round one, and Till, who are walking through like a corridor, it seems, and Till is flipping off the aliens. That shit's so funny. And so the whole thing is about creating a new number one bestseller or something like that. You know, the reputation thing comes into play then, where they're talking about Ivan being number one. And he is from Anact Garden, and I don't know if that's a group or if that's like a location, like a geographical location from where he's from. I guess I need to learn more. Ivan's got everything. He's got the classic boy band look. He's got this solo artist look. He's got everything. He's got all you need to succeed. He has it. He's a great singer. He's a great performer, and he has the look. So I can completely understand why he would be the number one in the popularity poll. But then they do say that all eyes are on Till because he is the number one fastest selling album. He is the number one fast selling album. And he's my favorite. He's just such a chaotic character. He also is the one that brings out the electric guitar. Like, I need him to succeed. I need him to go forward. But he's going to be competing against Ivan. So he's got his work cut out for him here. And yeah, I'm worried, but at the same time, I have every faith in him because he is cool. He is the character that I feel like Vivino's gives the most sauce to. The shot of him mogging the camera, staring down the camera, tape over his mouth, blood on his face, something else on his face, I don't know, like if it's alien blood or something, and he's staring down the camera, mogging it, and holy shit, he is cool. He is so cool. He has the look, he has the sauce, and he's maybe my favorite. I love his scrappy personality, and I want to see him continue. I want to see him go forth in this competition, but I'm worried now that he's up against Ivan. For sure. And then, of course, we get Luca, I think, because they say something about Luca a little later, but he is competing and he has already won. So now I'm wondering if he's been forced into competing again, if he's got no choice. If this is something like, you win, but you're going to compete again in a couple of years. You know, like, is it something like that? Or is he choosing to compete again? Like, is he doing this because he knows the ins and outs of this competition? He can get the resistance force in and out of there. He knows what to expect and he knows how to play this game. Is that his deal here, or is he simply someone who is bored, tired, and just really sad and depressed, and this is the only thing that made him feel something? There's still a lot we don't know about Luca, but he is referred to as ruler of the stage, and he's living his endless glory days, but he doesn't seem to be particularly happy. After this, we get a shot of someone who we've not seen yet with braids in her hair, and she's wearing like a little beret, and yeah, we haven't seen her compete, and I don't know if we will because she's not in this bracket, so I don't know why we're seeing her. But then again, we do also see the other girl who looks a little older, so yeah, a lot to learn here. I don't know. But the craziest thing about this is that we seemingly see her celebrating a victory, and then we see the perspective of someone who's been killed and shot, lying on the ground looking up at her. You can see the crack in the glass, and you just see her celebrating while there's blood all over the glass. So it's really kind of terrifying then to immediately see a celebratory moment be interrupted by all this grim shit, because we start to see all the bad that happened within the first 5 videos already. We're being reintroduced and seeing it all over again, and it is scary, it's terrifying, and it has me worried for the future. But at the same time, yeah, I suspect that we're going to get some real heat going forward. My guess as to the other girl, the one with the long hair, who we saw smoking a cigarette, I think, all the way back in the trailer, in the second video, just titled Alien Stage, I think she might be the one who is replacing the pink hair girl. So maybe round 5 will happen all over again, and it will be her versus curly haired boy. That's my guess, because otherwise, I don't know what's coming. I don't know what that was about or why she's being shown here. But yeah, that was really cool. That was a great little tease that I love these little teases. And we're gonna get a huge face off coming up next, I'm sure, with Ivan versus Tell. Whew, wonder who's gonna win that one. But yeah, let's check it out. Here we go. Okay, new character yet again. Or wait, is this the okay, yeah, this is from episode 1, or the first part. Never mind. Is this entirely story based again? Oh, they lived across from each other. Oh, were they raised to be friends in order for this to be a... Oh, that's awful if that's the case. Like, were they forced into this, like, friendship in order to create entertainment? Oh. Look at them. All she sees is her own reflection. That's kind of crazy. Oh, but she is looking right at her. What's with the pink shit, though? What is that? Huh. Okay, a door has opened. Oh, they're being moved along. What is that pink, weird, like, thing in their thing? Aww. Damn, this friendship really did mess her up, though. That's really messed up. That's so sad. Aww. And then to think what happens later in their lives. It's just brutal. Aww. Mizisua? Mizi? Wasn't that what popped up at the end of her matchup against Luca? Is her name Mizi? Is her name Mizisua? Is that what the case is? Like, I really don't know who she is. I feel like I missed her name, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, if I was to guess, her name is Mizi, and this was a little story about her. It was really nice that we got this because it further emphasizes just how deep this has hit her, how awful this has been, and just also how much the aliens have kind of orchestrated so much of this. Like, they placed them so close to each other. They made their friendship, their relationship with one another so dependent that having this matchup, this alien stage matchup where one of them lives and one of them dies, it adds stakes, it adds tension, it adds so much to this deep friendship that the two of them have, that I can't help but feel that this was all entirely intentional. This was all orchestrated. So yeah, this was called Mizisua, so that's why I'm obviously assuming pink hair girl is called Mizi. The really interesting thing about this is that we kind of see the owners of these humans, I guess. And Mizi has this, really elegant looking tall alien who seemingly cares for her a bit, I guess. It doesn't seem to be like super creepy, whereas her friend is owned by like these men, so that has me worried. And they dress her up like a doll and everything, so they literally treat her as a plaything. They treat her as their own doll to dress up and do what they wish with. So yeah, I'm genuinely worried about, or I would have been. Obviously we know now that she is passed, and that's obviously very sad and everything, but seeing her past and seeing the way she's raised and seeing her dead eyes and everything, the dark-haired, short-haired girl, it really does make me sad and worried about, like, just upset about the past that she lived, like her life that led her to this place. Like, I really don't know what she went through, what she experienced in her life, especially with these aliens, but I really can't imagine it being good. But yeah, Mizi and this other girl, they were across from one another in their little glass cells. And that's what's making me think this whole thing was orchestrated. This friendship, perhaps. This whole thing was entirely intentional. They wanted them to get close to one another, and this is a way to do it. And yeah, in the darkest of nights where there's nobody around, there's no more, alien owners or anything like that, they are left across from one another to sleep. And obviously we see that Mizi, again, I'm guessing her name is Mizi, I could be wrong, has this blanket that she uses. And I don't know what this pink tendril looking thing is underneath the blanket, but it's weird and it's kind of alien. But she has a blanket, and so she is being treated rather well. Whereas across from her, her friend, she is simply just back against the wall, sleeping in the clothes she was wearing. She is being given nothing. She is kind of being treated rather poorly. And yeah, Mizi is crying. I don't know if that's because she just woke up in the middle of the night and, the circumstances of why they're here and everything, or if she is sad looking at her friend across this gap. So yeah, we start to see the way they maybe spend their nights looking out towards each other, and it just makes me sad seeing them like this, because I can only imagine what they're going through. The pink hair girl, obviously Mizi, I think, has hope. She has light in her eyes, whereas the other girl has nothing. She is almost dead inside already, so it doesn't surprise me that she seemingly almost gave up her own life in the first round for her friend. But I don't think she threw. I think she did perform, but yeah, it doesn't surprise me because pink hair girl does have a lot of light in her eyes here. And the shot of the other girl, the one that's dressed up like a doll, looks at Mizi here, where she's looking and you can just see her reflection. It's really sad because it's like she's trying to look at someone else, but all she can see is herself. And it might be a case of like she doesn't really look at herself all too often, so she's surprised by this. But then, we do see this weird pink thing, and I have no idea what this pink thing is. But yeah, after this, where they're looking at each other, they're putting their hands up to one another and everything, and they're just trying to have a moment, it would seem. The locks are unlocked and the other girl is taken away. So yeah, that's what's making me think this is all orchestrated, making them feel dependent on one another, getting them to a point where they depend on each other, they love being around each other, they enjoy each other's company, and then taking them away. It's making them long for one another. It's creating this sense of neediness from them. And yeah, it's very manipulative, and I hate that they do this, but like I said, I'm not surprised. I just feel so upset. And the way they put their hands out to each other, it's really upsetting. And yeah, that might have been their first meeting with one another. I'm not entirely sure, but that's almost how it seems. And we see Mizi crying as she is looking out towards her newfound friend. And then that's when we get a kind of harsh cut to her curled up in a ball, crying after performing facing Luca. So wherever the resistance force took her is where she is currently at, and she is wrapped up in a blanket, just still distraught. She has so much trauma from what happened. And yeah, it's brutal, it's awful, and it's horrifying to think that this whole thing was potentially orchestrated. And yeah, this is what they wanted. They wanted this kind of outcome from Mizi here. But yeah, I think I might be ready to check out the next one, which would be number 8 for this series of Alien Stage. Again, I wonder if we're going to get round 6 this time with Ivan versus Till. Maybe not, who knows. But yeah, let's see what we get in this next one. This is going to be the last one I check out for today, so if you guys have enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe if you've not done so already. And comment down below letting me know your favorite from this list of videos. And yeah, we're gonna check this one out. Here we go. Oh shit! Tumbleweed? Danger. Okay, who do we got? Oh, is this the cool girl that we haven't met just yet? 560 million bounty? What is happening here? Ooh, we're getting a song. Oh, there she is. Ah, she's so cool. Oh? Is she a resistance force member? Hyuna written on her. Is that her name? She's so cool. Cheers. Look at her. She's so cool. Damn. I knew she'd be my favorite. All in. Look at her. She looks fun, and like she looks like a fun character. Rhyming with dreams. Okay, is that Luca? Ah, she's got a relationship with Luca. Her versus all of these guys. Look at them go! They're so cool. Wow. Yep, she is one of the good guys. Get one life, yep. Oh, she thought about Luca and now she's... She was once one of them. Damn. That's crazy. Did Luca do that? That smile on his face. Ooh, is Luca kind of like a crazy guy? She cut her hair off? Oh shit, okay. Damn, she evolved a lot in such a short time, Mizi. That's crazy. The short hair looks good though too, I like it. Now they're outside the prison walls. Till versus Ivan is being set up. Crazy. And they're here, they're ready for it. Missing. Who was that? Why'd he smash down on Till? Till versus Ivan. Where will that go? All in. That was sick. That was a really cool one. I really loved the storytelling with that one because it told us a lot. Like it really did tell us a lot about what happened post Luca versus Mizi. So I was a little confused at the beginning of this when we saw an alien tied up with a bottle on his head in a bar of humans. I was like, that just seems kind of the opposite of what we're used to and what we expect. But I'm guessing now from the entire rest of this this video in particular that this is the group of humans who are fighting back. And so they have kidnapped an alien essentially and they just have him tied up. They are kind of treating him the way that they treat humans. So yeah, this was really cool to see the other side, the way the humans fighting back act and everything, because they are our guys. Like we have seen them fight back, and the way that we're introduced to this is through the coolest character in the entire thing so far. I'm going to call her Hyuna because she did have a name there, and now I'm wondering if the letters that we see on everyone throughout the series, like on their neck and everything, are their names. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure, but she seemingly has Hyuna stitched or tattooed onto her chest right there, and she's showing it off. But yeah, we're introduced to this whole new cast of characters, the coolest characters in the whole series, where they introduce Mizi to the gang, to the group and everything, and Hyuna is just so fun. She's exactly what I thought she would be. She's a really cool character who just is so badass and cool, and she just looks the part, whereas on the other side of things, she is goofy, she's silly, and she's fun to be around. And that's exactly what I think Mizi needs to settle into this. She needed this character of Hyuna, and Hyuna has helped her, I think, settle into this really well, because by the end of this, we see Mizi step up and she is a completely different person now. And yeah, the story being told here is very much one of this community of people, this community of outcasts, of rebels, and they have their own fun. They still sing, but they're not singing in a competition where one of them lives and the other dies. You know, the hilarious and ironic thing about it is that behind Hyuna you see a sign that says live, which, you know, you could also pronounce live, and they are choosing to live their lives the way they want to. They are fighting back against this oppression and doing what it takes in order to live. And there's some really cool transitions here. Like, one in particular is when Hyuna points her finger pistol and then it transitions into an actual gun. Like, she's just so cool with it. Like, I don't know, she's such a cool character. And the lyrics obviously representing her and you know, the things that they're doing, you know, trust me, I'll show you, cheers, we only get one life, so I'm living mine for me. They are doing everything that they can for themselves and they are fighting back, and I love it so much. I think that they are the absolute coolest when it comes to all of this, and I'd love to see just how far they get through all of this. Like, if they can fully fight back, if they can win, like, what's going to happen? Is there going to be an all-out war and an all-out brawl? Because obviously they go and free Mizi, so there's obviously, they had to enter this location and fight and break in and everything. But within this as well, we see that Hyuna had a friend, this short-haired, like brown-haired guy, who she looked to be really close with, and you know, she's even wrapped around him. She's got her leg wrapped around him, arm wrapped around him, and off to the side she's kind of messing with, I think this is Luca's hair. And yeah, like, it gives you the sense that, oh, they were friends and Luca was kind of an outcast even then. But yeah, something obviously goes wrong, or something happens, or Luca is just not right in the head, because something terrible happens by the end of this that we see. And yeah, the lyrics representing Hyuna, of course, a bird set free, hear the song grow louder and louder, just laugh, kick and break. Yeah, like, yeah, she's here, she's fighting, and she's doing what it takes. Like, she's not going to back down. And I wonder if she's the leader of this resistance force, or if she's just a notable figure within it, because she does seem to have a lot of importance here. But then some of the other guys here as well, guy with a big scar down his face, guy with like seemingly dyed hair, he's got like a dark patch here, like the roots and everything, and then it's like a really light greenish color or whatever. They look to be designed in such a way that they're going to be important as well, but maybe they're just each like kind of generals in all of this or something like that. And yeah, she took down this whole army of soldiers with a motorbike and with her pals. That was in order to go in and get info, intel, something like that, do something. And this looks to be after the whole situation of them rescuing Mizi. So yeah, they're taking Mizi on missions and everything and getting her involved in all this, which I think is a good call. And then as Hyuna singing, because I'm the one from your fantasy dreams, I think the words are, I'm the one from your wildest dreams, I'll create a fantasy in this crazy world. Before the second line, she is just singing, she's doing her thing, and then the mention of wildest dreams reminds her of Luca, and she starts sweating. You can see vein in her head. She looks pissed, she looks annoyed, and she looks really frazzled by that memory. She then recalls seeing her friend, like she's with her friend playing and everything. But then we also then get a shot of Luca seemingly forcing himself on Hyuna. I don't know if that's what we're actually seeing here, but yeah, it's very worrying. But then that's of course when we do see Hyuna looking down at, I think it was the guy she was really obsessed with and really good friends with, who has now been killed by Luca, head bashed in with a rock. And in my mind, the way I interpret this is that Luca was jealous of the relationship these two characters had, and so he took this other guy out of the picture, out of the equation, and killed him in order to be Hyuna's number one. It's something I didn't see coming from Luca, because I was kind of interpreting his character in a different way, but now I do think he is truly a mastermind type character, and he's manipulating a lot of behind the scenes shit. And yeah, he's not someone we can trust, he's not someone we should trust, and he's he's really a scary character when you think about it, because he was even able to do something like this at a very young age. And his smile when he looks up at Hyuna is terrifying. And yeah, then we get a very interesting shot of Hyuna staring at a screen that has Luca's picture on it. But as that's happening and they're having this stare down, like it's not a literal stare down, Mizi steps up in front of that screen. So Mizi is the in-between for Luca and Hyuna potentially. I don't know where that story will evolve, but if Luca is truly not working with this resistance force, I can't imagine there won't be another face-off down the line between maybe Mizi and Luca, because all signs seem to be pointed there. Mizi already has these really, really negative feelings for him, so that's going to be really intense and interesting to see if it ever does play out. And of course, I'll be there for the developments along the way. And it's as Mizi steps up here that she starts getting involved in the action. She starts to fight back. She has her hair cut off here. Has her hair cut off, it would seem. I thought she cut it herself, but it actually seems as though she deflects a bullet and the bullet rips her hair off. I'm not sure how that possibility would be, but let's not worry about that, because what happens here is so damn cool. And yeah, she now has short hair. She looks really cool, and she is fighting back. She is getting involved in the action, and she is part of the crew of the resistance force. And yeah, I'm gonna be interested to see how involved she is in the future with this resistance force, if she does show up in the future again. And yeah, she is still missing, and that's when we see a white-haired guy smack down on the screen. And I'm wondering if it's Till who does that, because he ends up smashing his own. But yeah, I'm not really sure. Oh, another thing. Hyuna and Mizi seemingly are outside the stadium right as Till versus Ivan is about to go down. So that'll be a real interesting one to see if they get involved in any kind of way and how that showdown goes off. That 1v1, because that's one I'm really interested in, because I love Till more. He's my favorite, but Ivan has it all, so I don't know how this is gonna go. So yeah, very, very excited to see that. I really expect that in the next video we will begin that with round 6 of Ivan versus Till. But yeah, that's going to do it for me for today. This was amazing. This was such a great addition, and so much new information was revealed. And I'm loving Alien Stage. If that wasn't clear, I am absolutely loving Alien Stage, and I cannot wait for the next part, the final 4, where we will be diving into the end of Alien Stage. The finale will be coming. And yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe if you've not done so already, and leave a comment down below letting me know your favorite and anything you thought about this, what you learned, what you think, because like I said, I will have watched all of the parts for Alien Stage by the time I upload the first part, so feel free to talk about the entire series, because nothing will be spoilers. And yeah, hit the notification bell so that you will be notified when that finale video does go live on the channel. And of course, share this with someone who you think might enjoy this video, reaction content to Alien Stage. And yeah, I will be back with more yapping, more analysis, and more Alien Stage very soon. I hope that you guys enjoyed, and I hope that you guys are having a great day today and that you're able to take it easy. I will see you in the next one. Take care.